Good morning, folks. Rodney here. Hope you're having a fine day. Today ought to be an exciting day on today's show. We are going to have, good morning, Mel. Morning, Peter Carroll, Drone Life RC. Morning, Whiz Bang. Chris Hope, good morning. Let's see, I'm waiting for Kevin Fowler to come on. Cameron, good morning, Camero Drones from Japan. How you doing today? Oh, I sent out the link to some people. Mel's on, though not quite sure what he's doing. Looks like he's still getting things set up for his studio there. If you were watching the Saturday sunrise streams, Michael, Philly Drone Life, he does apologize. He was having technical issues. Pretty much the same thing I was having last week. Couldn't get connected. So, and then apparently Jim was having some problems too, but he managed to get a flight in. Happy Lux, good morning. All right, Drone Life RC, you be safe. I am good, Happy Lux. How about you? In case y'all don't know it, he's from Luxembourg. So I need to, my cat's not going to like it, but she's just going to have to live with disappointment. So anyway, today on today's show, it should be interesting. We're going to have another Vegemite taste test, this time from the UK. And it's going to be Daddy of 13 and Mummy of 11 and all their kids going to be tasting it. Ought to be interesting. Good morning, Peter.
Morning, Rodney. Morning, Mel. How's everyone?
I'm good. I'm not sure what's going on with Mel.
He's here, but he's not.
So there's too much light in here. Oh no, that's coming from over here. It's this stupid window.
So you didn't get much out of the hurricane. You didn't get affected very much.
You know what? We got a drizzle and some clouds and some wind, and that was it. Wasn't much at all. In fact, the winds didn't get up any higher than about 35 miles per hour in gusts. So
okay,
we lucked out.
Yeah, I was watching the weather radar a bit, and it sort of wasn't too far away from you, but yeah.
No, it wasn't too far away, but it's far enough away it didn't hit us too bad. So
yeah, that's right.
But Jim Boyd didn't look like they got hit very bad either, from what I saw on his stream this morning. So, and that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, they were very lucky, I think. Yeah, because it was heading their way originally, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
It was heading their way originally.
Oh, originally it was, yeah. Then it took okay. Let's see here. All right, Mel, I just saw your text there. So Take your time, brother. So, how's things down your way, Peter?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, the weather's still a bit cold, but a bit cold and rainy, but it's not too bad.
Well, you guys should be getting into your springtime, shouldn't you?
Yeah, spring started on the officially starts on 1st of September. So yes, we're about a week in so far. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, well, it was I had an interesting scare this morning. For the first time since I've been flying a drone, I actually had one that, for whatever reason, either I wasn't paying attention to the battery, or something happened to the battery, and my drone just went into immediate landing mode.
Okay.
So I managed to get it down, and of course you were on the stream, so I managed to get it down okay.
Right.
But
okay. So that was a bit unexpected.
I was scared the daylights out of me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't panic too bad. I panicked a little bit, but I guess when you're not expecting it, when you're not paying attention to what you're doing, I was more looking at the chats and rambling on like I do. So, but
yeah, so they've got the chats now in the StreamYard window for us, which is good. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
Just wondering if we can type comments in there. So I'm just
okay. So just waiting for my daughter to arrive. I really hope everyone is ready for this. They are as high as the clouds today, and I mean really high. It ought to be a good show. You know, he just had his what was it, his 10th grandchild?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
this week. So congratulations out to Daddy of 13 and Mummy of 11 on the new grandchild. And she is a cutie. I've seen pictures of her.
Yeah.
So she is a cutie. So Camera Drone is having a Japanese summer in Japan. I remember being in Japan. Japan is a beautiful country.
Yeah.
So that looks like Mel's getting ready to pop in on his.
Yeah, looks like
he's not going to make us look at the back of his head. Good morning, Mel.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Mel.
Brother.
Oh, how's things?
Good here.
Yeah, very good here.
Dorian's gone.
Let's see. I gotta get to your channel so that I can get chat opened up here.
Yeah, you can see the live chat now in the StreamYard window, but there's no way of putting a comment in there within the StreamYard window that I can see.
Only if you're the host.
Yeah. So you still have to comment on the YouTube chat. Yeah.
There we go.
And I can see where I can enter the text, but I can't see I just see the top of the letters.
Okay. Yeah, you can put a comment in the private chat, but not in the live chat, from what I can see anyway.
Well, yeah, I think the private chats you guys on the stream can, or on the panel can, but I put a comment on StreamYards, and it also showed up on the YouTube chat. So that's cool.
Yeah, the host can. The host doesn't have to open up the YouTube at all. They can chat and everything right from StreamYards.
Yeah, but if we want to comment to YouTube, though, we have to do it in the YouTube window.
Yeah, we have to open up the We have to pop out the YouTube chat, and then you can close the YouTube window. You don't need to leave it open.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Once you get the chat popped out of it. Well,
I'll just personally, I'll just probably keep using the YouTube chat myself, just me. But
I think it's just as easy to use it that way.
yeah. So Mel, you still in Fort Worth? Or not Fort Worth, Fort Smith?
Fort Smith, yeah.
Did you ever hear back about that job?
The solar job?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. They decided that they found somebody that was more qualified than me that better fit their company, they said.
Well,
I thought I was pretty qualified.
Well, I thought you were too. I mean, after all, you were out there in California flying electric power line inspections.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more.
And this was just doing rooftops. I mean, for, site survey for solar installs. So the most thing I probably would have to worry about flying that job would be trees by the houses,
Yeah. Well, I'm sure some will come along eventually.
It's kind of funny. I came over here because it's a much bigger town than where I live, and I thought it would be a lot easier to get a job here, some kind of steady work. I bet I put in 25 applications and haven't had a single interview.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough. You can always come out here to Virginia.
I'll go back on the road with the RV company first.
Don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you.
I'll stay based out of here and get through here on the weekends or something so I can have this super internet for a live stream now and then. But
so I bet you got like cable internet now, don't you?
It's fiber optic.
Oh, fiber optic. Oh.
Yeah, so it's
Verizon Fios.
What's that?
The Verizon Fios?
No, this is through AT&T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm much happier that way.
It's 1,024 gigabytes of data a month for the plan, and it's 300 megabits up and down symmetrical because it's fiber optic. And I'm running about 360 to 380 up and down with my computer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet it doesn't take any time at all to upload a video to YouTube now.
No, it's very quick.
Well, maybe one of these days they'll get fiber optic in my area of the country, but
Yeah, we've got a system called fiber to the node here, where they run fiber to a box down the road, and then they just use the existing copper wire from there. It's increased the speed from the ADSL, but it's still, I'm getting about 35 down and about 13 or 14 up, I think so, which is a lot past I was getting, but it's about as good as I can expect out of the infrastructure at the moment. Yeah.
Right.
But that being said, for what I do, it's perfectly adequate, so I'm happy with it. Yeah.
I can't even imagine using 100 gigabytes a day. I was using 150 a month at my house, and that's if I stayed on, pretty much stayed on the computer all day, every day.
Yeah. I've got, I think, a 500 gig limit on my plan, but I only use about maybe 250, 300 a month.
Yeah.
Sort of, if I want to pay another $5 a month, I can get unlimited. So.
Hey, I want to say hello to people in the chat. Exploration Obsession, Les, welcome to the chat. Nice sunrise you had this morning, brother. Snobby Scrap Picker, hello. I think they're in the UK. Chris Hope, good morning. Dennis, good morning. Nacho Rolling. Happy Lux, again, good morning. Camero Drone, good morning. Daddy of 13. He's getting his kids all together there.
Getting the tribe assembled.
Yeah. That ought to be something to see.
Should be.
So anyway, I went and bought 2 new tripods for my church.
Oh,
I'd take them out of the package, but they're huge. So that's good. One of the things I need to do today, right? I'll probably go right after the stream here. Go get them set up and make sure that I know the cameras are going to fit, but need to get them set up and lined up. And so when I go to church tomorrow, all I have to do is just put them on the tripods and
yeah.
power and go.
These came back from a search.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Set up to make sure. What was that? Come on.
It reminds me, I got to unplug my headset and plug the little hockey puck lady in.
Apparently, my phone was listening in because it says, get him set up and make sure that, I know the cameras are going to fit, but I need to get him set up and lined up. And so when I go to church tomorrow, I have to do is just put them on the tripods and. Weird. That's crazy. Oh, goodness gracious. Just out of the blue.
Well, let's see what interesting facts there are today.
Yeah. You got any good news?
Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1927, inventor Philo Farnsworth demonstrated his image dissector, a precursor to the modern television. It transmitted the image of a line from one room to another. Back then, that's all you needed for a hit show.
Well, imagine that.
Wow. That was interesting.
You say good morning to the hockey puck, and it always gives you some sort of a this day in history thing.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Did you have to set it up to do that, or?
No. I just, it's the hockey puck one. So I just talk to it.
Anthony Benson, good morning. Jack Sparky Fron, good morning. 400 AGL, man, he's in here.
That guy?
Yeah.
You ought to boot him out of your channel, man.
Well,
I've heard he's rude and obnoxious, and
I heard that too. But I just want to try a little understanding, and maybe he'll come around and.
Nah, he's a prick. He won't. Oh.
That's funny.
You'd almost think I know him pretty well. I
answered. Yeah, almost. Man. You have him down to a T there, brother.
Oh boy! So what was going on with Jim's drone this morning?
I don't know.
It looked like he was having trouble. He kept saying it was doing things all by itself or something.
Yeah, it was. He would point. The camera would, point down and then point back up. That's the gist I was getting. And
Yeah, the exposure was all over the place too. It seemed to be
and the exposure was just like
way off. Yeah.
nuts.
Huh.
Good morning, Drone Nut. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, but I don't know. And then Philly, Michael, he was having connection issues like I did last Saturday. Galleon Adventures, good morning. Welcome to the chat.
I almost put mine up, but my timing would have been right at the same time as Les. So I thought, well, I'll pass on it this morning because him and I are like, as far as east and west goes for the sunrise.
Yeah.
His sunrise was at 6:51 or something, and mine was at 6:50.
Okay.
Because we're directly north and south from each other.
Right.
By only maybe a 2-hour drive. So 3 hours at the most. I don't even think 3.
Yeah, he lives up there in the Branson area.
Yeah.
That's beautiful country. I've been to Branson, and I tell you, of course, I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so I was always close to the Ozarks, and I've been up to Eureka Springs and Bull Shoals Lake, and there's another lake up there that I've been up there fished, and the Ozark Mountains are pretty. They're beautiful.
2.5 hours from here to Branson.
So I understand that DJI has raised the prices on their products.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying it's because of the tariffs, and there's a lot of drones that supposedly aren't available in the U.S. anymore. I saw Bill, the drone reviewer, put out a clickbait video this morning about DJI stopped selling consumer drones, something or other.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, but I saw it pop up earlier. Yeah.
I don't know why you have to do clickbait type things like that. It's put up a decent title, put up decent content, and if people like your stuff, they'll watch it. You'll get views.
Yeah. No doubt.
I mean, my highest view video ever so far has absolutely nothing to do with drones. It was the information video I put up about my MoFi router and my Yagi antennas up on the antenna tower.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That video's got over 8,000 views in 6 months or whatever, and that's my highest by a long shot.
Wow.
Highest viewed video. It's crazy. And it's got nothing to do with drones or aerial photography or nothing. Kind of interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, done by now.
What was that?
I said I was thinking there would probably be more people coming in to the panel, but so I sent out to Chris Hope, Rick Halber. Of course, they may not have gotten the notice that I'm even live yet.
Yeah. Anthony Benson, what are you talking about? No one has noticed, but you've noticed the poles are moving. Keep yours calibrated before every flight. What are you talking about? Pain to fly these days. And you don't need all the capital letters. That means you're shouting, by the way.
goodness, I gotta do something about this. Didn't help much, did it? I'm gonna have to consider moving my computer to a room that ain't by a window. Good morning, Ron Lockwood. How you doing, brother?
There he is. Yeah. Morning, Ron.
Hello, Ron. Are you still out in the bush? Nacho cheese. Good morning, sir. You're sitting in a hunting blind.
Yeah.
That's why you're not joining the chat, so you don't make any noise, huh? I mean, joining the panel. Let's see. It looks like
Yeah, he joined. I did a Labor Day and he joined. He was doing the guide thing too. And he says that's why, Mel. It's because he doesn't want to make any noise.
Yep. Well, I can give you some natural sounds, Ron. Put your phone on speaker. I've got I can find a moose call, I can find a rooster crowing, I can find a bobcat squealing, I can find pretty much anything you want, probably.
Builder 17. Builder 710, welcome to the chat, brother.
Unless I got your email.
Must be Webbit season now, I think, isn't it, where Ron is?
I'm sorry?
Must be Webbit season. That was the old
Oh, yeah.
Bugs Bunny thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
Wabbits.
Well, you've all heard me do my Forrest Gump thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I do almost as good of a what the hell was that guy's name? Elmer Fudd. Yeah, you just said it.
Yeah.
You better be quiet. But me and Lieutenant Dan have a whole lot more fun when we go shrimping.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
If they ever stop selling drones in the U.S., does that mean they all may not be sold? If they are stopping selling drones in the U.S., does that mean they all may not be sold? Well, they haven't offered the Phantom 4-2 in the U.S. in quite a while, but they're offering it currently in Australia for a limited number of unit count. Morning, JDS. But as soon as DJI gets that retail warehouse set up in the States, they'll start selling drones here again. Because then they'll transfer stuff warehouse to warehouse and they won't have to pay the tariff, and then they can sell here in the United States. Or the tariff will be cheaper. And besides, I support the tariffs. I think, it's time for these other countries that we've been giving money to all these years and supporting all these years start putting a little bit back in the bank.
Yeah, I agree with them too.
I mean, all these countries that we've been just giving money to, that needs to stop, But anyway, let's not go there because
yeah, I'd prefer not to talk politics on.
I could go on a rip. I'm pretty opinionated when it comes to that.
I'm pretty sure most of us are. That's why I try to avoid it.
Right. That's probably the best thing. Friends can stay friends that way, right?
Well,
That's
let me
right.
tell you something. If you and I disagree on a political point of view, that's fine. We're friends. I'll still be your friend. Just because we disagree on a political point doesn't mean we can't be friends. And there's too many people. I've seen too many people say, "Well, I'm just going to unfriend you," especially on Facebook. It was so funny.
Yeah.
There's these two guys, been friends for years, were stationed together when they were in the Navy, and they just quit talking to each other because they didn't agree politically. Now, how
Yep.
absurd is that? To me, that is just plain craziness.
Yep.
And so if you make a friend of me, I'm a friend for life. I mean, you'd have to do something really bad to get me to quit liking you. So there it is. That's my opinion. Let's see. Somebody was selling a Mavic Pro,
Yeah.
$500. Supposedly had all the bells and whistles, and this was on Mr. Crawley's channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him I might be interested, and I never heard from the guy. But so I almost had a Mavic Pro.
Well, the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum were great aircraft. They they fly great. They're stable. They're Mavics. I mean, they're gonna be stable and fly good. But morning, Trevor.
Morning, Trevor.
The price point for 500 on that was probably a pretty good deal. I bought my brother a Mavic Pro for his birthday. I bought it off of that Yahoo trade that Facebook trade page thing.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Marketplace. I give $700 for the controller, and the drone, and a Flymore kit.
Wow.
And he had ND filters, a set of ND filters with it also. And then I bought him a $50 case, and I give all that stuff to him for his birthday.
Well, I don't remember what all this one had, but he did say that it had the aviation lights, the flashing aviation lights, where you can see for
The
2 miles.
strobes, yeah.
Yeah, and hey, Mel, Ron Lockwood says
I've been looking for it. Nothing there. Oh, yeah, nothing there yet, Ron.
Jack Sparky Franz says he wants to be your brother, Mel.
Yeah, I gave him a Spark too.
Your brother?
Uh-huh. That's what he started flying with.
Well, me and you are brothers. You gonna give me an Inspire?
Email just popped in. I already sold it, but
Oh.
okay.
Here we go.
This is mind if I share this with you, guys?
No, go ahead.
Ron, this is what Ron wants everybody to see. Let's go here and then say share, and then click on this tab, and it should be showing up there.
Yeah.
Says, can't believe I saw this on the way in. I thought I was seeing things, or maybe took a wrong turn somewhere, but yes, it's on a ranch in Wyoming.
Is that a camel?
It is indeed a humpback one single.
Wow.
So that's a short ranger. You know how to tell the difference between a short range and a long range camel, right? One hump or two.
No, tell us.
That's what I just said. One hump or two.
Okay. So one hump is short range and 2 humps is long range.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. But
Right.
yeah, so that's the picture from Ron Lockwood in Wyoming this morning on his
Oh.
way.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah. And the camel's even smiling a little bit.
That's hey oh
Uh-oh.
Peter,
There
I'm
he is.
sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Kick me out. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And good morning, Trevor. Well,
Morning, Trevor.
I still got my crikey.
still got your crikey.
Yeah, we've got heaps of short range camels here in Australia. Well, lots of them in the outback. Yeah.
They actually export them to the Middle East.
Yeah.
There's that many here and that much shortage over there.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Okay. The strangest, weirdest thing he says he's seen while hiking, flying a drone was people LARPing in the woods. What the heck does that mean? Is that kind of like shagging or boinking, LARPing? Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so Daddy of 13 says just getting the toast on. Hopefully not much longer.
We owe our whole existence here in Australia due to the camel. The camel, if it wasn't for the camel, it wouldn't have opened up Australia the way it did.
That's true too, isn't it?
It's because of the landscape, the topography that we have here. Camels was the only thing that could open it up. All the other animals, donkey or whatever, wouldn't have done as well.
Because of the need for water, right?
Yeah, as well as the sand, because we have a lot of arid area in South Australia up through the north, and it's almost like the Sahara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have a flower called the desert pea, and it grows often. It's our actual emblem for South Australia, and it grows often in the sand dunes, and the sand dunes can go for miles. It's the only thing that really grows in some of that area.
Wow. Interesting.
It's good. It's very interesting.
Oh, live action role playing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So in other words, what do they call that here, Rodney?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Medieval time.
Medieval times, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
In fact, we have restaurants called Medieval Times. And you can go there and actually see a show. And the performers ride horses and do jousting and all that sort of nonsense.
I've never been to one of those yet. My wife wants me to go. But
Dan did a full video on it. Dan Stengy, he did a full video on going one of those restaurants, and he loved it.
are you talking about drone worship?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's Dan Stengy, I call it.
I went to one in Chicago area a few years ago. They call them brothels in
Right here, I got to show you guys this. Says this ranch has 40,000 acres. I better trade this camel in on the 2-hump model.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just reading that. Speaking of brothels, did you hear about the 90-year-old guy that went to the brothel?
No.
Fill us in.
Yeah, he goes and he walks in the front door and he tells the lady there at the desk, he says, I'd like your finest meal and your best 2 women. And the lady looks at him and says, how old are you, old man? He says, I'm 90 years old yesterday. She says, 90? Heck, you've had it. He says, I did. Well, how much do I owe you?
Oh my God.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh man,
It's fun without being too rude.
yeah.
And that's not easy for me to do because most of my jokes kind of go way over the edge, you know?
That's why I said it, Mel, because I think it's clever that you did it that way. You did well. Well done, mate.
Well, with that particular one, Trevor, it's actually the way I heard it. So that one was easy.
Yeah, sometimes it can be when it's told that way.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy at church that used to tell dirty jokes, and the pastor come behind him and put his hand on his shoulder, and he looked up and says, "Oh, hi, pastor," and he says, "Would you?" And he sort of went quiet. He says, "Keep going," and he says, "Will you be offended if I tell a dirty joke?" And he says, "Will you be offended if I don't laugh at it?" As simple as that. He wasn't worried. He come from a country farming town, so he's heard it all before.
Right.
Yeah, so he was going to let him carry on. That's a good man, I think, because at the end of the day, we are human.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure he curved it down and done it low key just for his benefit.
Yeah, I'm not very good at telling jokes, so
I got one for you, Rodney. You talked about your church and stuff earlier. You'll appreciate this one. 3 new couples show up at the church on Sunday morning, and they go into the service and everything, and of course the pastor, he asks if there's anybody new today, and all that, and these 3 couples raise their hands, and he says, "Oh, great." He says, "I'll have each of you after the sermon, and we'll visit a little bit." So one at a time, they went into his office after the sermon, and they said, "Yes, sir, we really liked your sermon. We'd like to join." He said, "Okay, fill out this paperwork and remain celibate for 30 days. Come back and see me." So he tells that to all 3 of them. So 30 days goes by. They come back, and he sees that they're in the congregation that day. So he invites them back to his office after service is over. And the first couple goes in his office, and he's looking through their paperwork. He says, "Well," he says, "your paperwork looks okay. Were you able to remain celibate for the?" "Oh, yes, sir, Father. We had no problem whatsoever." He said, "Okay, great. Come back next Sunday, and we'll have a welcoming ceremony for you." They leave. The second couple goes in, and he says, "Well, your paperwork doesn't look bad." He says, "Were you able to remain celibate?" It's 30 days. "Oh, yes, Father, we had no problem whatsoever," and blah, blah, blah. "Come back next Sunday. We'll welcome you in." Okay. Third couple goes in. He says, "Wow, your paperwork looks fabulous." He says, "Were you able to remain celibate for the 30-day period?" And the old boy speaks up, and he says, "Well, Padre, it's kind of like this here. It was day 29. She been over to pick up that can of corn, and that's all there was to it." He says, "Well, I'm really sorry." He says, "I'm not going to be able to have a welcoming ceremony for you next weekend. I'm not going to be able to let you join the conversation." And the old boy says, "Well, Padre, I guess that's all right. I don't believe they'll let us in that grocery store again either."
Oh, that's funny. So you can tell tidy jokes.
What's that?
I said you proved that you can tell tidy jokes.
Tidy. Yeah, I can tell a tidy joke. I can. Yeah, absolutely. But instead of grocery store, in the South, we tell that, they won't let us in that Piggly Wiggly again, but nobody,
Okay, yep.
most people wouldn't know what Piggly Wiggly is. So
Well, you got to change it to the culture.
yeah, exactly.
We had Piggly Wigglies in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So you know, use the grocery store or, you know, get anything you want to, any place that you could, you know, tie those two things together, you know, you can tell you that joke will go off real well. It'll be funny.
The first time I heard the term Piggly Wiggly was on from watching Judge Judy. She uses that term quite a lot.
Yeah. You guys get Judge Judy?
Yep.
It's very popular here. Probably one of the most popular. Top
Wow.
5, maybe even top 1. It's that
Yeah.
popular. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people, even mechanics and people that you wouldn't think that would be like masculine identities that you think wouldn't be into Judge Judy, but they actually come home early at 3 o'clock in the afternoon just to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Howdy, Greg.
Morning, Greg. Daddy of 13 says they're about ready.
Yeah, good.
Good morning, Mad Kiwi. How you doing, my friend? So here shortly,
Yeah, how you going, Craig? My down under cousin.
here shortly, we're going to have Daddy of 13 and his brood on here, and they're all going to taste the
Greg's out in the chat.
yeah.
How you going, Greg?
Is that why he was making toast? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now I'm catching on. Here, I thought I was missing out on breakfast somewhere.
Well, somewhere in the world.
And the thing is, Mel, is he's got all of his kids are going to be there, or almost all of them, and they're each going to taste it.
Uh-huh. I see.
He's going to line them up, maybe.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's got a 13 slice toaster.
He'd have to have something in.
He's probably got like 5 or 6 of them.
Imagine that if you had a toaster that was big enough to do like a dozen slices of bread at once. You hit
They do have industrial ones that are quite handy. I'm not sure how many slices.
hit the button on that thing and your lights dim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I imagine.
The whole neighborhood goes dark.
Yeah. Kind of like when I used to tease Ken Herron when he got that new computer that he's got now. I say, yeah, you power that thing up, half of Huntington goes dark.
I remember that when he was
Morning, Kiwi.
just getting that set up.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, I'll bet that thing weighs 50 pounds.
I wonder if it's water cooled. If it's water cooled,
No, it's not liquid cooled. It's just big. It's heavy. Well, you know, I guess it's really no bigger than my tower, but it's shaped like a triangle instead of a square or a rectangle. It's not.
right.
And he's got, I think 4 backup power supplies
Wow.
that are, you know, they're the auxiliary power so that you plug all your devices into and you plug them into the wall.
Right.
That way, if your power goes out, these things have got batteries in them that for like an hour or whatever will produce 110 power that way you can get all your gear shut down without having a straight power kill failure type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing to have when you have expensive electronic equipment, those uninterruptible power supplies.
Yep.
And most of them, I think most of them will last, the low end ones will last about 15 minutes, which gives you plenty of time to bring stuff down clean. So
Usually, yep. That'd be. I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to step away from the mic for a minute.
okay.
It's I can't smoke in this house where I'm living, and so that means I have to go outside.
All right. Well, Daddy of 13 just came in.
Okay, I'll make it quick.
All right.
I want to see this.
We'll hold off on it until you get back. Good morning, Kevin.
The
Good
kids
morning.
are going in. Good morning, guys.
Hey, we got
Crikey!
400 AGL in here today, Kevin, and
Wait a
he
second,
went
wait a
out
second.
to get a smoke. So if we can hold off for a few minutes.
Whoa.
Hello, gang.
There they are.
How you doing?
Oh.
kid?
Hello, everybody.
Got the whole team there.
Well, if they're all ready to go, then let's have them do
Right.
it.
Okay. Well, Kevin, there you have it.
Wait a second.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right. Well,
You'll be
let
like,
me
baby. Hold
let
fingers
me
down.
do this. I'm putting you guys on.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Keisha's here. This is Keisha.
Yeah, you want to try some more?
Someone coughing already. I don't like it.
Oh no.
Right, don't.
I don't want to hear it.
Do we just stick in? This is
Just a wee squirt.
Why did I get more than everyone else?
I don't want it.
Right, it's only for fun. It's for fun. Right, I'll take
Yeah,
fingers off.
just for fun. Try a little bit on some toast. You'll like it, Lynn.
No.
Oh, look at their faces.
Right, here we go.
Look at that kid. Oh, poor little boy.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll
Chuck, let me see your face.
Yep. Hey, you got one like.
Sophie.
it tastes like it tastes like salty vinegar.
Yeah, you try it.
Talk about mixed reactions.
Yeah, that's right. One likes it, one doesn't.
well, based on the faces he was making when he gave that thumbs up, I ain't so sure he liked it.
I don't know. I think it was just being strong.
Yeah.
Very quiet there, Lee. What's wrong, guys?
Are you like water or something? It's really dry.
That's hilarious.
Look at his face. He's got it dribbling down his chin. He's not even willing to lick it off because it's so terrible, he thinks.
Is it dry? Is it dry, baby?
Oh, no!
Oh,
Oh, no!
That's precious.
Hey!
Oh, that's so great.
Poor girl. Poor baby. Oh, she got over it. And look, she's getting used to it now.
Okay, most of them are asking for a paper towel to wipe their fingers off now.
I got the biggest bit ever.
Kevin standing on his head.
Who's on the post? Mason, sit down.
You give me the biggest pen.
Right, you want me to toast? Hold on. Right, we'll start from Jack first. Wait a minute. Right, wait a minute. Right, tell me what it tastes like. Go. Toast. Right, go. Just eat it.
It tastes better, Jack, with bread and butter. You just put it on the bread and butter, Jack. Roll it over. Fold it in half. Fold it in half. It tastes better with butter. Poor Jack.
If you want.
Kai's hiding, Mom! There goes Kai. There goes Kai.
Okay, it's fine when you fold it. It's just a bit salty.
Yeah, fold it a bit.
You like my baby?
It's like buckets and stuff.
Right, go.
Oh no!
Come on, Maxie, you go for it. What's it taste?
That's wrong.
Those poor kids.
Pour around my mouth.
Taste it. You fold it. Oh, we're down.
Give me one. I'm folding it. I'm folding it.
You're not human.
No.
Wait a second then. You have to get in line.
I'm scared. I'm so
Right. All right, Keisha, go for it.
No, it's even.
But you two get it. Both together. Where did you go?
He said it's tasting like chicken. I don't know if it tastes like chicken.
I haven't heard that one there.
No, I don't know. I've heard it all before because I've had a big family. Oh, my mum had. Here goes it.
You're licking it. Eddie's gonna get a wee bit of toast.
I think he wants more.
Yeah, you
I am Jolly Joe.
ain't toast. Oh, you don't have to come over here. You're not, one of you have to come
Now that I think about it.
Wait a minute.
Well, that was pretty entertaining.
It was.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's on the ground. Oh,
More. And nice. Oh.
So I'll film you.
Yeah.
And then,
We're like, put your hand.
and then Marky will put it on.
I want you to
your
win.
face.
Look at me.
Hey, Kevin.
Like me, Mark. Hey, shush.
Put a lot of that.
Poor Kevin's got to sit down.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh my good God. Oh no. Oh, it's like salt water, isn't it? What's it? Like being at the beach.
Being at the beach.
Oh,
This is too good.
no, a bit more now. Yeah. No, not that much.
Oh, it's nasty.
Yeah, see, they're getting a powerful dose of it that way,
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're putting it on too thick.
and way
they're
too
not-
small piece of bread. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're not spreading it.
right.
It's got to be spread over the actual area to enjoy it. And I mean, I enjoy it if it's done right.
It tastes like something from Australia.
Okay, Ron, I'll be looking for the email. Okay, I'm gonna go smoke now, guys. I'll be right back.
No
All
worries.
right. Hey, Kevin.
Oh, God. Lovely.
Hey,
Oh,
Kevin.
my God. Oh, my Lord.
He's still
Hey,
recovering, Rodney.
Huh?
He's still recovering.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Kevin.
Oh,
it's upside down again.
Yeah.
what was all that about then?
Hey, buddy, you're upside down, but if
Yeah,
you
it's
can
all
hear
right.
me, I want to say, well done.
Oh, my
Your kids
goodness
were
me.
real troopers.
I don't know if he's coping worse than his kids.
I've not got the best of I can feel my glands popping. Lovely. Heavens above. Oh,
Well,
that was,
Oh, poor
that was
Kevin.
interesting. That was interesting to say the least.
Interesting is a
I-
word you can use for anything.
I think interesting is an understatement. Hey, Kevin, tell your kids well done. They did well. And,
bless
and
them.
you and your wife did well too.
Yeah, that's right. Because it is an experience.
It is.
I mean, us Aussies can appreciate that. It's just that
Oh,
we're
you know,
used to it.
Suppose if you add a taste to it, it'd be quite nice.
Oh, that's
you know?
exactly right. Because we've
Yeah,
been brought
no.
up on it, Kev.
That's right.
I think if you brought up,
Yeah, we are.
Osby Drone says to put some on a toothbrush and brush your teeth with it. Not sure I want to do that, Greg.
Oh my word.
All right.
Where's it going next?
Well, we're going to have to figure that one out.
Okay. Then.
I can't-
I hear. What the heck? Oh boy. All right, no problem.
So
Nice.
hang on to it, and I'll get back to you about who to send it to next.
Oh God, I can still taste it. Okay. You know, I actually spent a fortune on sweeties for the kids. I said, if you all get it done now,
Oh, you promised
can
them all
grab
sweets.
our sweeties all you want. Oh, I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating.
Oh man, I hope it's not making you sick.
Yeah, let's hope not.
That helps out.
No, thank you. Yeah, we got that'll be nice. Right, I like you say.
That was right.
Yeah, it was a wee bit rank, wasn't it? But it's nice as well at the same time.
What do you mean nice? Nice. You could just, it's like eating seaweed.
Like eating seaweed. I like that. Hello. Good job. Good job.
I don't know about a good job, but
Guys,
ooh wee.
show me.
Oh, go on here.
It's tastes like something from Australia.
Is it?
It is from Australia.
And there you have it, an expert opinion.
Yeah, his name's Sherlock.
Hey, Kevin, I don't know. I know you can't see it, but you're upside down.
Am I?
Yeah.
He doesn't look upside down here.
Am I upside down still?
Right. And then that's better.
Yeah, that's
We're in
better.
Australia.
Oh,
He was in the land down under, huh?
still am upside down.
Yeah.
God, dude, I am the right way. Oh my God, I'm twisting and turning into what you like. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna go and sort this lot out. And once again,
Okay.
thank you.
Get them some buckets.
Go get some.
Thank
buckets
you.
and stuff.
And
lot of crying and tears going on.
A lot of crying and tears, poor bugger.
Oh, go get another one.
uh-oh.
Love it. Family life, nothing better.
They're trying to share the lollies out, I guess.
Oh yeah, Rick, where he sent them some.
They devoured them.
I absolutely loved them. I mean, what were they called?
Oh, very good.
Yeah, Rick Halbert
Oh, did Rick send the lollies? Oh, beautiful.
That's
I
some
think they were
lollipops.
Snickers,
Yeah.
called Snickers candy.
Yeah, I didn't say anything because I think he wanted it to be a surprise. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
certainly
nice.
was. It certainly was. Definitely
Yeah,
was.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Kids absolutely loved it.
Good mummy.
yeah, Rick's a good
Mommy
guy.
loved it as well. Yeah. So anyway, I will pop on the charts and catch you all later on.
All right, brother.
Okay.
Thanks again. Tell the kids I said well done.
I will do.
Yep.
Well, there's never enough of something, honestly.
Mhm.
Right, we'll catch you later.
Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
All righty. So I want to welcome Gary Schmid. That's actually Fifi McGee, a friend of mine from work. That's
Oh, good.
not their real name, obviously, but
Give
and then
Gary
Samantha
some
McGee,
attention.
and I don't. I guess Annalyn Vlogs. Welcome to the stream. She came in a little while ago.
I've just supported your channel there, Gary.
She's not incognito. So, well, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, right, yeah. A lot of mixed reactions there.
Oh man, that one young lad, he he jumped the gun and took a taste of it, and not me, no sir.
uh,
So, well, that was good. Daddy of 13, if you're still listening in, tell the kids I thought they did well.
yeah.
And
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
so that was pretty cool of him to get his whole family to do that. Pretty awesome. So anyway,
It's our big plan, isn't it, Peter? To rule the world through Vegemite.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
well, now I got to get hold of some people and see who wants to be next.
I think Jim Boyd ought to try it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to do it too, but I'm surprised he's not here right now. He usually comes in.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if Claude's on, he's over there.
that's true.
Wasn't Claude doing his rebuild on his golf cart motor or something?
Yeah,
today?
yeah, he was.
Yeah, Claude's. I went and popped in on Claude's. And I mentioned that I'd be checking you out and checking Tony out and checking him out and share the support.
I actually kind of liked it when I did it at Lloyd's house. I didn't think it was so bad. I thought that was
What's that?
Vegemite.
Oh, you know what? When I put it on the buttered toast, it tasted just fine, but straight up off the finger like that, well, I did 2 dabs, so when I did the second one is when it hit me.
See, that's the way we did it, was just a dab on the finger, and I was okay with it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I tell you the truth, I would eat it. Maybe not on a regular basis, but I would definitely have it every now and then.
And if Ron Lockwood still got signal, I don't have. He sent it to you, Rodney.
Oh yeah, he did say he sent me a email. Let me go check it real quick.
I think I've had Vegemite
Oh, I got
just
it.
about every day in my whole entire life, except for
Here you go, Rod.
once I hit 35. I think I haven't had it every day, but before 35, I think I had.
Yeah.
Can't remember a day I never had a dish full
$10.
of it. It's just a go-to breakfast, that's all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep.
Because I'd have Vegemite even if I had a bowl of cereal or whatever. I'd still have Vegemite on the table.
Yeah, I'm the same for breakfast. Normally, I'll just have I'll just have a bowl of cereal and a slice of toast with Vegemite on it.
Yep, that's exactly right. Or even bacon and eggs, I'll have a slice of Vegemite too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just common.
Just a thin layer on some buttered toast. Very nice.
It goes down very well.
Look at the size of that deer. Or is that an elk?
No, that's a deer.
Deer.
Yeah, it looks very feminine and face. Yeah.
How many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 points. Wow.
Yep.
Good
8-point buck. Yep.
Good size. Wow. I want to say good morning to Max Air 420. He just joined the chat. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, well, guys, I think I'm gonna cut this short. I need to get out and get to the church and do some other chores today. So,
No worries. Yep.
Fair enough.
and thank you all for coming on.
Well, thank you for having us.
Well,
Okay.
it's always a pleasure. This is a hobby I can actually get into. I'll have to start planning a little bit better, maybe come up with some topics to talk about and stuff. So instead of just random, of course, I kind of like the random conversations, you know.
It is. It's
Get
all
into, so,
How you going, Jeanette Pickering? She's in the chat.
hey, Jeanette
Hey.
Pickering, hello.
Hey, Greg, give me a call on Skype, would you? Thank you, Rodney.
You're
I'm-
welcome. Al.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and bow out so that everybody else can say goodbye. And Peter and Trevor and everybody in chat, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good.
Catch you over at Claude's. See ya.
Yeah, I'll probably stop in at least to say hi. So, anyway, so Trevor, you and Peter have a good day or good evening, I guess, for you guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're evening now.
Get some sleep. And
Will do. Yep.
Yep, no worries. Thank you, guys.
all right, you're welcome, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep,
All right.
cheers.
Thanks for having me on. Very enjoyable as
No
always.
problem. Love having you on, Peter. You're a regular. You and Trevor. And Matt,
All
when
right.
he can make it, I hadn't seen him on here this morning. So
Haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
he'll turn up again.
I'm sure he will. All right, everybody in the chat, thank you for popping into the stream. Jeanette, no worries. And see who else. Max Air 420. No worries. I do this stream every Saturday. Roughly, it's probably going to start around 8 o'clock, between 8 and 8:15 now, because I also do a Saturday sunrise stream. And the last guy on the stream is in Missouri, so he's always last. And unfortunately, his time will now start running into the time that I used to come on. So look for me around 8 on Saturday mornings, and we'll see you all then.
Okay. All right.
Art Joe Jones, good morning, Art. How you doing? Sorry, buddy, but I'm just getting ready to close down the stream, but hope you have a good day.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Peter.
Bye.
Have a good one, all.